Okay, so let's say the problem that we had the few segments. We had a few segments. Yesterday we were mainly starting to follow the thing about drawing here. But because it was not a capture of video, so for F1, I would repeat just this point about making sure you have your set square and your ruler. With a square grid, if it's a square grid, is helpful because if it's a square grid, is helpful because you could just lay things on the side and on the match up with the square grid easily. Okay. Then we went on to talk about the next page. We solved the question here, wasn't too difficult. This one I think it was it did manage to get captured on the video. So now that you are looking at this, seems like you are getting most of the thing right here. Just this one here, I'm a bit puzzled. So you have 90 minus 72, that's correct. 90 minus 68 is correct. 90 minus this 2, that's correct. But how come you wrote a divide by 2? This is the right angle corner, right? This corner is only made up of 75 and F. So do you need to divide by 2? Sorry? Yeah, but if you look at this corner by itself, it's just the right angle, 75 and F. There's only 2 parts to this angle. You understand what I'm talking about? So you don't need this divide by 2. Alright? There's only 2 parts to this angle. These are all like distractions. Okay? So you just focus on the corner that you're being asked. And this is the right angle, and there's only 2 parts that make up the angle. Okay. Yeah? A reminder to these questions is that there's this highlighted equal sign that we look up for, and the opposite equal sign that I use a different color highlighter to help to get your eyes to pick up and see differently. So use 2 different highlighters. And the markings, so yesterday the emphasis was on the markings. The one single arrow showing these yellow lines are parallel to each other. The double arrow showing that the pink color line are parallel to each other, not to the yellow line. So same as the manual listening, this is especially for you. So just like the rectangle here, I use a single dash to show these 2 lines are equal to each other. But because it's already used, these 2 lines are also equal to each other, but not the same as these 2. So you have to use a different symbol to represent, which is the double equal sign, the double dash. Values are equal. Whereas if 4 are equal, you'll be only seeing the single dash. Okay? So these are the markings that are important. Right. With that, we move on. We talked about 169, page 169 is homework. May I know if anybody still not having the worksheet? Don't have things and that. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the page 169, the Rhombus question. So let's practice the same, because we are going to move on to drawing. These are some of the specific skills that we need to have with confidence. So you have the rhombus here. The rhombus means they are all sides are equal, just like the square. So the first marking I will have is the dash. That means this dash, this side is equal to this side, single dash. And this side is equal to this side, single dash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 sides are the same. So that's the first sketch, which is different from the parallelogram because you can see. For the parallelogram, I will draw this is equals to this, like a rectangle, but this side 3cm is not the same as the AB. So I draw it, mark it out differently. Okay. With that, I can say all of them must 5 centimeters because it's a rhombus. So this one's fairly simple, 5, 5, 5. Then it goes on to talk about the angles. So a reminder again, because yesterday I asked Ethan, which angle is it? Then he only give me the letter C. And then that's not the correct recognition of naming of angles. You use a single letter if it's denoted inside the small letter. But when you see a big letter, capital letter, it marks the point, not the angle. So if you are fully naming an angle, it involves the point as well as its starting and connecting points. So B is the middle point. You'll notice that you're referring to this point here that I'm going to put a big fat to stop here. So this is point B. When I call out angle ABC, I'm referring to from A to B to C, this corner here. So it's not called angle B, it's called angle ABC, this one. And it's found, the lines AB and CB, they meet at point B. That's why B is the letter in the middle. Now, that gives us to the next step of identify my pair of parallel lines. So they are the opposite side. In pink, I have this pair. It's stated that between the parallel lines, there is the equal sign, these two angles will add up to 180 degrees. That's right. For the proof of this is in the on the SLS video. You'll see the animation clearly. I will not share it again here. You can go back and take a look at this. Okay? Don't want to be repeating too much things. So these two will add up to be 180. And if I use my yellow, so I will use one single arrow to denote that they are parallel to each other. One single arrow. Then I use another color to highlight the other side, the other pair of parallel lines that I can run an equal sign across. But these two are parallel to each other. It's a different pair from this pink one. So I use a double arrow. So between this equal sign, I must find the two corners that add up to 180. Which is, I can say this one and this one. So these two angles will add up to 182. Because they are between the parallel line, the two corners between the equal sign add to 180. The two corners between the equal sign add to 180. Then you have the opposite as well. So this and this will be the same because it's parallelogram. So 180 degrees minus 148 degrees and ABC 32. ADC 32. Oh, the degree symbol is already written. and this CD is 148. Do you get this right? This was homework yesterday. Is it okay? Do you note down the symbols? This is an important practice because later on you're going to draw it out. Okay, so page 169, I'll leave you to do it by yourself. The question here. I'm going to move on to the next one. Now you see how different it is from the trapezium afterwards. Okay? So in this case, the next page talks about finding the unknown angles. Okay? The next one on the unknown angles, just like this one I did here, I'm going to continue with page 168 and 60. 17 together. Now, why did I choose to do this one together? You realize that, like how yesterday, on some of your slides, like Ethan, he made the comparison between rhombus and parallelogram. They are fairly simple, fairly similar properties, apart from the one that all four sides are same for rhombus. So parallelograms are like rectangles pushed to a side and squares are pushed to a side. So for this case, on this page, this is the one that right after this 167 on the properties of parallelogram. This is on the one on page 168, which many of you I think you are able to answer very clearly. So first of all, you need to identify correctly the pairs of parallel sides. The first equal sign. Okay, and then the other equal sign of the opposite side. And I'm able to draw this side, I use one parallel, and then this one I use a double arrow. Single arrow and double arrow. So the opposite between the equal sign, the parallel lines, they are equal. So same as this one here, I can color the parallel sides here. And then the opposite sides here. So I identify that this is the opposite. This one is facing this side. So look at the colors. The colors help to get your eyes to pick up things. So it's the difference between watching a black and white TV versus a color TV. Now wearing a black and white clothes versus a color video. So, was this difficult? I think most of you are able to understand this quite easily. So with the colors, you stand out a bit more. So you realize that this is the same as, it's going to be the same as the next page for Rhombus. Okay, so this side and this side versus this side and this side. So you see the corners that kind of like form a T. Here, so E is 105, then D is the opposite, so D is 75. You realize that these two add up, 75 plus 105 will give you 180. Yes, that's right. Which is the property of angles on straight line. The whole animation thing is on SLS. So I need you to go and check out. Was this manageable for you? Yeah, very much right. So I can again identify, just do it as a habit. The moment you can pick up the opposite sides, you'll be able to identify which ones are adding up to 100 and which ones are equal to each other. So this is the opposite side, this opposite is 140. That means this minus will add to 180. For angle C. Now you see the small letter C is written inside. So the angle C refers to the distance. It's not the point here, it's different. Okay. So this next two questions also doable, right? Quite doable, right? So the same thing goes, I will identify the opposite sides. Here and here versus here and here. So with that, angle which is angle F is equal to angle G because they are opposite to each other. And they are equal to 180 degrees minus 135. And then if this one here, angle, oh, I think the paper is 0. You got that one already? Then I'll do the last one of paper instead. 100 and this one. So once I can find the parallel sides, I can like, this is equals to this. So angle K is 60 degrees. Because opposite angles. Then after that, angle H is equal to angle J, which is 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Quite straightforward. Any difficulty? No, right? Then we want to do the other stuff already. Then you realize that this page, right, almost the same as the one for Rhombus, page 170. So like side by side, you can see them already. But the only difference is that for parallelogram, it's not four sides equal. For the rhombus, all four sides are equal. And then the sets are almost exactly the same. So for rhombus on page 170, the same skills apply. Highlight the opposite sides, find out the parallel equal lines. Then note the opposite angle. So angle A is 33 degrees. Then for this one, this is rhombus already on page 170. You realize it's almost exactly the same steps as you do for parallelogram. So same thing here, same thing. Find the parallel equal signs. See, look out for the angle that are in between them. Understand what opposite means. So D is 125, E is 55. And you realize that you add up the opposite ones, the ones that are between the two parallel lines, E and D, or you realize that you get similarly 180 degrees. So really like the same as this one. Parallelogram of page 168. So in the same way for page 170, I have to work more to solve the questions. So first find the parallel sides. Use a highlighter. Once you find it, you realize that, okay, the opposite side here, this is 74 degrees. So these corners here, angle C will be 180 degrees minus 74 degrees. Yes, that's right. Is it okay? Quite easy, right? Manageable? One step finish. One step finish. So these are the questions that will come out in the exam that 2 marks. Then just get that 2 marks. Basic question, you consider that quite straightforward. The only trick that you must remember is bring a highlighter. Why is it important? Is because when you look at the questions further at the back, you realize that the questions that are 3-4 marks, you have combination. For example, you have this rhombus and you cut it up. For example, towards the back, you have trapezium plus triangle. We have the parallelogram and then straight line properties. So all these, right, to be able to solve them better, the first trick, use a highlighter. So things can stand out for your eyes. So it's almost exactly the same. See, this one, page 170, almost the same as page 158. Look almost like the same thing. So the methods are the same. I have K and K between the opposite, facing the opposite sides of each other, and H and J. So this is page 170. So angle K immediately 50 degrees. Angle H is equals to angle J. Same thing, I'm writing exactly the same thing. Also almost the exact same steps. 180 minus 100. See? So parallelogram and rhombus are very similar. The only difference is rhombus, all 4 sides must be the same, like a square. Whereas parallelogram is like a rectangle. Now, then why must we learn these 2 things separately? Can't I just learn them one and all? Then you realize that they will not always be the same, because you move on to the next few questions. You realize that yesterday we discussed, I cut a rhombus into half, I will get isosceles triangles. That was yesterday's discussion. I cut a rhombus into half, I get isosceles triangle. But when I cut a parallelogram into half, sorry, not isosceles. Because it's like a rectangle, this is equals to this, but this side is not equals to this side. So this is the next page that you will learn about tomorrow. Okay, the unknown angles part. So this is a very important property that sets both of them apart. Okay, that's it. 168 you do by yourself, DIY. 170 you do by yourself, DIY. Doable, we did most of, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions already. The rest you can do, right? Quite fast. As I'm talking, I think some of you already finished already. Yeah? Okay, then we move on already. Okay? So the last one, that is the trapezium. So on trapezium is page 170. You realize there's less writing or less, not as much as this one. See, this one got so many. But trapezium, not so many. So actually, a lot of my ex-students always say, trapezium are very hard, very hard to identify, very rhombus easier to identify. They say, actually not so. Actually, trapezium is one of the easiest shapes. Apart from it being hard to pronounce, trapezium. Okay, a bit hard to pronounce. Otherwise, actually, it's the easiest among the four shapes, the four sided figures. Why? Because, see, there's very few properties that you have to remember, which is the only one, the parallel side. There's only one pair of parallel sides. You cannot color two color one, only one color. You're right. If you have two colors, it becomes parallelogram or square with angle already. So there's only one pair, AB and CD or DC, and WX parallel to XY. That's all. This AB and BC, WZ and XY, they are all not the same. They will not be the same. If they are ever the same, it will not be called a trapezium. Like Brian said, it will end up being called a rhombus of parallelogram. But one rule applies still. These two corners between the two parallel lines will always add up to 180 degrees. So this is the only property they probably need to know. So what it means, the next question. Between the equal sign, look for the corner. The corners between the equal sign A and this, they will always add up to 180 degrees, similarly to the parallelogram and rhombus. So angle A is 180 degrees minus 65 degrees. Okay? So as this one here, find the parallel. You realize that this one will also be a right angle. So these two adds up to 180 degrees. These two adds up to 180 degrees. And then that's why I will pass for you. Am I going to pass? No, okay. Then we move on to the drawing bit. Okay. Okay, then the next page. Page 172. Similar to parallelogram and rhombus in only the part about there's an equal sign. So this and this will make up 180. These two add up to 180. Yeah. Actually, they will all look pretty similar. It's a standard question. Basic item question. Give you the shape, ask you the angle. Are you able to finish this page by yourself? Maybe it's not that challenging. What you need to do is to find the correct matching angles at you do 180. Oops, sorry. So 180 degree minus 50, 180 degrees minus 75, And then 180 minus 88. 180 minus 30. Okay, manageable. Like 5 minutes will be different. It feels like that. 21. B. Which one? Which one? C? C, this one? Or this one? So, are you able to see that these two end corners that are highlighted orange? Okay, that's all the key is this. You need to find the corners that are in between the pink color lines. The orange add up to 180, the yellow adds up to 180. Now, what do you realize about the I finished already? I'm at D, yeah. What do you realize so special about the trapezium D? Ah, they're the same. Yeah. Yeah, these are straight lines. Okay, so okay, if you have trouble looking at this for D, what you can do is to turn the paper around. Then you can still see that this and this are partners, and these are partners. So the interesting thing is that when you calculate this, you realize that both of them has the same steps. 180 minus 85, give your answer. 180 degrees minus 85, give your answer. Then you realize, hey, they are the same. So this trapezium has a special name to it. Huh? Yes, that's right. What Darren said, got it right. This trapezium has a special name to it. It's called an isosceles trapezium, meaning these two sides are equal. I can cut it in the middle by half, so it and be exactly the same. This one, only this one has a special name. It's kind of isosceles, like a triangle, but it's a trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. You get a G and H of the same answer. Okay, feels good, satisfied. This one's finish ready. Who's ready to ready? Something checkmate. Yes, done with the move. Okay, then we go on to the next step. Now, done up. Okay, I will collect it afterwards. Then I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to collect it in a while. We're going to go to the next step of the sheet called drawing four-sided figures. Now, this one's a bit tricky. I'm going to give you a choice, okay? Okay. Now, the next two pages are tricky. I'm going to give you the original feedback. And you have this one, the one, this one. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a choice here. You can decide which one to click on first. Okay, so you really need the items, the protractor, the very important, the set square, and the ruler. These are the important tools. Tell you what, you're going to try the first one first before I give you a choice afterwards. Okay? So what happens is, I reprinted the whole sheet and made some helping dotted lines. You see this is my help lines here. Okay? So I've helped you to, make some basic parts of it in this other worksheet. I'll give you a choice whether you want to use it later, okay? But I printed enough for everyone. Okay, so first of all, this is the tricky part. If you want to see the whole animation is on SLS again, I will show you the live version instead. Now, the first thing you need to do is to pick up the properties as is written. So I have A, B. Basically, I must know that this parallelogram is called A, B, C, D. 4 points. There's point A, point B, point C, and point D. So if you look at this diagram here, you can see that you have A, B, C, point A, point B, point C. Yeah, I make the dot become a fat dot at the end of the line to show you that point A, B, C, D. Now, you'll notice that two sides are given. Basically, I need to find where point B is. It's somewhere in the airspace here. Okay? So I know that AB is 5 centimeters. So according to what I've learned previously, this will be a yellow line, and this is probably a pink color line. So that basically, I need to draw another pink color line and a yellow color line somewhere in this space. Okay? The yellow line is supposed to be 5 centimeters. The pink color line is supposed to be 7 centimeters. And then this angle here is 60 degrees. Here. With that, I will know that there's this angle here that is must be 120 degrees. Okay, because 180 degrees minus 60 degrees is 120 degrees. So this angle here should be 120 degrees. So I need to draw line AD and CD. So AD is supposed to be the pink color line. This line is supposed to be 7 centimeters. And CD is supposed to be the yellow color line. It's supposed to be 5 centimeters. Okay, now that it's ready, I will put my protractor at point C. Match my 0 with the match my point C with the middle of the protractor. Make sure it's straight. Exactly on the point. Exactly so. Look for 120 here. Make a mark. Where are your drawing materials? Now, so if you want, you can go home and watch SLS for the animation that shows you how to draw. Otherwise, it's in your textbook. You can refer to your textbook or put it in front of you so that you can see the pages for drawing. So it shows you, like, for example, put the protractor on it, mark out the line here, draw the line, and then use the set square, and this is how it goes. So these are the textbook pages that you can refer to on how to draw the. You see, for parallelogram, rhombus, and trapezium, all of it is shown here. How to slide the set square to draw parallel lines, how to use the protractor, all in the textbook. You want the animation, video animation, SLS. Right now, this is the live version. So after I draw this, I'm using my ruler. To look for this point C, put my ruler at point C, mark out this point here. It's supposed to be this. According to the textbook, you see the textbook shows a dotted line first. So this whole thing is supposed to be, some part of it should be the dotted, should be 5 centimeters, should be a point D. Double check, make sure it's 120 degrees. Okay? 120 degrees. 120 degrees. After that, look for 5 centimeters. Okay, here. This is the point D. It says, this is the line, point D. I found my point D. This is the opposite matching one. Then, this is parallel lines of like, take my set square, put it on the, let me use this side. They're very short. Here, this side. Okay. For my ruler, slide along the ruler from CD, the pink color line, slide up until you see AD, perfectly matching. Yes. Yes. Okay, slide. Are you able to do a sliding? Any difficulty? You need to practice this. In your distant memory, when you're primary 4, you have done this before. But it's most often forgotten. After that, you check. Confirm that it's 7 centimeters. Okay? No problem. Confirm it's 7 centimeters. Then double check again. Check the angle. Make sure it's correct. 120 degrees. $60. Check. Confirm that it's correct. Then you're able to draw your first parallelogram. Now, was it challenging? Nope. Okay, very good. So, do you have page 175 with you? Shall we just upgrade ourselves to try one that's hard? Okay? Yeah. Let's jump to a difficult question and give it a try, okay? Let's go with the parallelogram on page 175. This one. It says here, there's this parallelogram, there's point A, B, C, D again. Then there's AB 4 centimeter, AD 5 centimeter, ABC 3 centimeter. 35 degrees, sorry. So point B in a space here, you have A to B to C, 35 degrees. So maybe something like that. This is point A, and then it looks something like that. Then 35 degrees feels kind of small. Maybe something, and it's BC, AD. So it must be longer. It's 5 centimeter. Maybe something like that. Maybe it looks something like that. Maybe, yeah, maybe. This is a sketch. Shall I give it a try? Okay, so it look like something like that. Huh? Okay, now I try to draw line AB first. First, after I sketch it, okay, let's try. So my ruler, mark a point A. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, 35. A, B, 4. Okay. Draw a line. There is a 4 centimeter to point B. Here is point B. Draw a line, point B. Okay, okay, 4 centimeter. Okay, next, angle is 35 degrees. Here, okay, take my protractor, put my protractor, the middle of the protractor of point B. Align nicely, neatly, tidily on this line. Look for 35, which is here. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Yes. Oh, here, sorry. Here. Maybe here. Maybe. Extend the line first. So this line is 35 degrees. But 5 centimeter is somewhere there. So I check. Oh, so accurate leh. Wow. I'm so shocked by myself. I randomly mark a point on the line that happened to be 5 centimeters. Nice. But you may not be so lucky. Sometimes it's off. Then you have to measure, and mark correctly. But it so happens that this is 5 centimeters. So A, B, C. I know, terrible. You know what I realized? My parallelogram, it goes out of the paper. Oh no, no. Eraser. Now this is what happens. Even for me, it happens. But my dinosaur to help me. I shall use a Tyrannosaurus X. No, all was well until it went out of the paper. So sad. So sad. T-Rex, you got to do your job faster. Oh no, I broke your leg. Okay, never mind. See, I tell you, the point about being in mathematics, I think I tell you the greatest value, I think, that one must have when doing mathematics has to be perseverance. T-Rex, put your leg back. Okay, right, thanks for your help. And really, it happens, and you just got to persevere and tell yourself that it's okay. Okay, let me check. Never mind. I have very good perseverance. I don't give up. And this morning I just learned, no, not this morning. This morning I challenged my P2s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I challenged my P5, P1s, P2, sorry, to the new song. Because I was telling them that they are going to go to different classes at P3, right? So I'm going to miss them. The last time I'm going to see them next week. So I said, please practice and remember your hard work in maths. Then they same lah, same like Ryan say. My daddy don't allow me to use the phone to see the video. Then I said, and then I told him, yeah lah, the most of the time what happens is you spend you spend 5 minutes watching this Iceland video. Then 3 hours watching your own thing and playing games. Huh? Sorry? No, do not use a pen. Drawings only in pencil. Only in pencil. Then I said, yeah, I know what they watch and what's trending with them. Then they got very excited when they realized that Miss Isley can also sing the latest song, the APT song. So inappropriate. So I told him, you go home and you go and sing it in the use the timetable in it. Yeah. 368, 369, 50. Amen. Yeah, that's right. Improve your timetable with APT song. Anybody feel discouraged or drawing? Like you feel like you want to cry. It's so hard. Painful. Save me. Oh, the difficulty of drawing. Hey, but I say the most difficult part is about using the set square and the ruler together. As I was doing, were you able to follow? You can. So what I did just now is I put the set square onto the pink color line here. Then I put my ruler on the perpendicular side of the set square. Slide it up, slide it up. Hold still. Your two hands must be firm. If you move your ruler a bit, then your line will not be parallel. So slide, drag up, then you draw. Then measure. Okay. Anybody wants saving? Save my world. For easier version of the sheet. Anybody wants? That means I've drawn half of it for you already. Like, for example, the next question, I already draw the dots for you already. And then the next page. Okay, how to debug? Make sure everyone gets one. But this is a important skill. It will come out in the exam. How you can give a book? Oh, okay. Okay. So why don't we try to sketch out all those here? Then we use the one that I help you to draw. Okay, you have realized that for the worksheet that I've just passed to you, never mind. I just printed enough only. So make sure that everybody has it. Is it? I got that many entities? 3. Oh yeah, I printed for Danson, Elena, and Summer as well. Okay, so Tom, Eden, never mind, pass me the extras. Okay, so on this new worksheet, thank you. All right, to help everyone out, I added the dots here to help you. So what you need to do is really to check the measurements, and I want you to practice drawing the marking out the symbols. Now back at page 243 with my version of the worksheet. So I made it a little bit simpler. In this case, this is a rhombus. So yeah, really. It can get difficult, especially when you have decimal places. So this is 4.5 centimeters. So I help you by marking P already. So you need the drawing lines SP and QP. Okay? But I would like you to practice through going through the steps. Okay? Do you see? Measure 140 degrees. Okay? Mark out that line. Or practice using your set square on it. Okay? For your set square, it is very important. Honestly, no work problems is on your hands-on skills. So practice with your set square and ruler. If it comes out in the exam, it can be a drawing that earns you 2 marks as well. Okay? Put your set square, put your ruler, line. Okay, put your set square, put your ruler, slide, and draw. Okay, is it helpful that I already draw the dot for you? But can you measure, make sure that it's correct? 4.5 centimeter. Then write down, right, 4.5 centimeter, 4.5 centimeter. Write down P. Practice the labeling. Practice the labeling. Ryan, cannot use pen to draw over, but you can use highlighter to color. Okay? Then practice drawing. This is a single arrow. This is a double arrow. This is a double arrow. Then all sides are equal, so there's the dash. Okay? Is it like I will this worksheet? It's page 173. Okay, then we move on to the trapezium. Yeah, yeah. Okay, am I going too fast? Okay, right? Okay, next page, next page. Next page, see, I very nicely draw the point for you already. Point there. Again, if you feel really lazy, can you join the point dots first? Please draw your ruler, and you can. I allow you to join my dots like this. However, you must know that in exam time, you need to be able to draw the whole thing entirely by yourself. Okay? In exam time, you don't have me to draw dots for you. So what do you need to do? After drawing the dots, I want you to check the properties if you are able to do it correctly. So, like this, check will you if you're able to draw the parallel lines accurately by doing the sliding. Slide and check. Okay? Slide and check. Slide and check. Okay, parallel. Okay, 5 centimeter, draw the arrow in. Check 12 centimeter. 12 centimeter, ma? Check. Okay, 12 centimeter. Okay, check. WXY 195 already given here, but let's make it a good habit. We check. Okay, then check the other one as well. Okay, then fill in all the labels, the missing labels. 134 degrees. You finish already? Ah? the version that I gave you, the guided one, just this set. You're happy, you hand in this worksheet. Okay, you feel confident, happy, done, this set is sufficient. Okay, I'll say this set is the replacement. Now, but after you draw, you feel like, hey, I feel quite confident of myself. Miss Lim, thank you for the guided worksheet. I want to challenge myself now. I'm going to draw on, try to copy onto the blank worksheet. Okay, then please, I urge you, go ahead. Okay, be brave and try. If you try, you hand in two sets, then I'll mark two sets for you. Okay, but just this one set is good enough. Yes. Sorry? Wait. 125. You mean this one? Huh? 75? Oh, page 175. Page 100 is, oh, sorry, wrong page. I stapled wrongly, is it? Oh, you mean this one? Oh, A, B, C, D. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's in the same, it's the same, actually. A, B, C, D, right? If I, and this one, you're saying this one, right? If you take whatever I drew and you put them together, it's actually the same thing, just a different orientation. How can I show you this? I will bring my transparency tomorrow, then you can see. Basically, I can, for this one that I drew, yeah, I just turn it around, it's the same already. You know what I'm talking about? It's like an orientation. So it's the same as this, it's just the orientation. So instead of A, B, C, D, anti-clockwise, I went A, B, C, D in this direction. I went, yeah, I see, you see? I turn my paper, it's the same, right? It's the orientation. Okay? So it's okay. I get A, B, C, D this way or A, B, C, D this way. Doesn't matter. This is the orientation. So I turn, it's the same. Okay, I'm done here. The rest is homework. Okay? You want to do now? Okay.